and I was the middle of 3 children. But growing up, I was watching this example of drugs and alcohol and street life. There was always this sense of, well, what am I supposed to do? I started having seizures when I was 6 months old. And ever since then, like, my development was really watched. It was like expected that I was gonna have an episode, expected that I was gonna like wind up in a doctor's office, in a hospital here or there. But the attention was really put onto my brothers and their needs. And I sort of bore the weight for my family a lot of the time and just sort of like ate a lot of it. You know, like I would watch my brothers get arrested when I was a kid, and you just sort of keep moving. I always felt a certain responsibility to my family to succeed, and that failure wasn't an option. So it really developed this like conditional love aspect where I wasn't worthy of love, forgiveness, empathy unless I was doing a lot. Seizures, medications, didn't matter. If I could do what I needed to do, I did it. It wasn't for me, it was for my family, it was for like this other thing. I had all these accomplishments, I had all these letters attached to my name. I had certificates that said you can do this, and you're a teacher, and you're an actor now, and you're in the union, all these like things. And I felt really hollow. The path seemed so dark, and it felt like, well, if the path is dark, you should reflect that. So that led me to battling my own addictions. I sort of like went back to a sense of like, well, I know the street, might as well go back. Moved to Harlem, moved in with people I went to grad school with, and very quickly after that, I was met with some harsh health issues. And then they started me on medication. The medication enhanced feelings of depression. I never struggled with suicide until then. I didn't want to spend another day doing something, anything. It was a fight to get out of bed. That's when my buddies who I went to grad school with and I had been living with, they were both Christians. They became like angels for me. My buddy Bryce Wood from Williamsburg location, he gave me The Purpose-Driven Life. It's a 40-day book, but I did it for like 65 days. I couldn't put it down. I was like hungry for this like good stuff. And that led me to going to C3 for the first time. The way Christ transformed my life really comes to a head with my baptism this year. The week of Good Friday, I had sort of muttered to a friend of mine that I was thinking about getting baptized. I thought that it would be a good experience for me to commit myself to the transformation that had been happening, to like the revitalization of my spirit. My energy was so different after coming to C3. I just felt better with my work, better with my relationships. There was just something to it. I couldn't define it that well at the time, but I just knew that I had to keep going down this path. When I went under and I came out and I just saw the crowd and I saw being welcomed into a family that I had always wanted and truly, I think, always known. And I got this whispered prayer and this whispered word to me of fearlessness. God put me here as his son to be fearless. I was fearless as a son in my family, going in school, dealing with what I was dealing with. I'd always had that in me. Every step of the way since then, I've just felt this lift to everything I've been doing, whether it's serving on C3 Kids, carrying our burdens as sons, stepping into prayer leadership. I began to really pray on others and love on others with my spirit and my word and my love of God and knowing what he was doing for me in my heart, wanting others to have something like that. The what isn't up to us. The what is, that's where grace lives. How, that's where grace guides us. He's become my guide for how. The what I can't control. And I truly have never been able to control it. I couldn't control having seizures as a baby. I couldn't control the environment I was born into. But with God in my heart, serving that, I have everything I need.